Hey, my friends, this is Ryan, and welcome back to Fluent Flow, English podcast. Have you ever written an email at work and thought, does this sound rude? Or stayed quiet in a meeting because you didn't know a simple, polite sentence to say? Many learners feel shy at the office, not because they don't know English, but because they don't know the right short phrases for emails, small talk, and meetings. In today's episode, How Do Native Speakers Talk at the Office? Phrases you must know, we're going to build your Work English Starter Pack. You'll get ready-to-use sentences for emails, coffee machine conversations, and meetings, all in clear, simple English. By the end, you'll have a small toolkit you can start using tomorrow at work. Now, let's build your Work English Starter Pack step by step. We start with 3 simple golden rules. These rules are like traffic lights for your English at the office. They tell you when to go, when to slow down, and how to stay safe. When you follow them, your emails and your conversations become easier to understand for everyone, even if your grammar is not perfect. Golden rule number 1. Short sentences are your friend. At work, people are busy and they read fast. Long, complicated sentences make your message heavy and confusing. Instead of writing one big line with many commas, break it into 2 or 3 short lines.
For example, instead of saying, I'm writing this email because I would like to ask if you could please send me the report when you have time, you can write, I'm writing to ask about the report. Could you please send it when you have time? Same idea, but much clearer. Golden rule number 2. Be polite, not perfect. Many learners think they need advanced words to sound professional, but that is not true. At the office, please, thank you, could you, and would you mind are much more powerful than long grammar structures. A simple sentence like, could you please check this file, is better than a long, complex sentence with perfect grammar, but a cold tone. People remember how your message feels, not how many rules you used. Golden rule number 3. Always say what you want the other person to do. At the end of your message, the reader should know exactly what action is needed. Do you want them to send a file, read a report, answer a question, or join a meeting? Say it clearly. For example, please let me know by Friday. Or, could you share your feedback by tomorrow? Clear action makes your email strong and easy to answer. If you follow these 3 rules, short sentences, polite tone, clear action, your English at work will already be much better. In the next part, we will use these rules to build a very easy email structure that you can copy and use in almost any situation at the office. Now let's create a simple structure for polite emails in English.
Think of your email like a small sandwich with 4 parts: greeting, polite opening, clear message, and closing. When you follow this basic order, your email feels complete and professional, even if your English is still basic. First, the greeting. This is how you start. For most work emails, you can use hi or hello plus the person's name. Hi, Anna. Hello, David. If it is more formal or you don't know the person well, you can use dear plus title and last name. Dear Mr. Smith. Dear Miss Lee. Choose one style and keep it simple. Second, the polite opening. This is one short sentence that makes your email friendly. Classic phrases are, I hope you are well. I hope you are having a good day. Or, I hope you are doing well. These lines are common in business emails, so they feel natural. For example, Hi, Anna. I hope you're doing well. Third, the clear message. Here you say why you are writing and what you need.
Use the golden rules: short sentences, polite words, and clear action. For example, I'm writing about the sales report. Could you please send me the latest version? You can add 1 or 2 short details if needed, but try not to write a big block of text. Fourth, the closing. This is how you end the email. Common options are thanks, thank you, best regards, or kind regards. You can write your name under the closing. For example, thanks, Anna, or kind regards, Mr. B. Choose the one that feels natural for your company. Let's look at one full example. Hi, Lisa. I hope you're doing well. I'm writing about the marketing report. Could you please send me the final version today? Thanks, Maria. This email is short, polite, and clear. You can change the names and the topic, but keep the same structure. If you put these 4 parts together, you already have a strong email template. In the next topic, we will add some magic phrases to your toolkit so you can make your requests and reminders sound extra polite and professional without using difficult grammar. Now that you have a basic email structure, let's add some magic phrases. These phrases make your requests and reminders sound soft, polite, and professional. The good news is that you can use them again and again in many different emails. You don't need to invent new sentences every time. The first magic phrase is, "Could you please?" This is your best friend at the office. Instead of writing, "Send me the file," you can write, "Could you please send me the file?" The meaning is the same, but the feeling is different. It sounds kind and respectful. You can use it for many actions. Could you please check this report? Could you please call the client? Could you please confirm the meeting time? The second magic phrase is, "Would you mind?" This is even softer and more polite. You use it with a verb ending in ing. For example, would you mind sending me the file? Would you mind checking this document? Would you mind joining the call a little earlier? This phrase is great when you ask for a favor or extra help. Now let's talk about reminders. Sometimes people forget to answer your email. Instead of writing, "Did you see my email?" you can use a more gentle line. A common phrase is, "Just following up on my previous email." For example, "Hi David, I hope you're doing well. Just following up on my previous email about the sales report." Another option is, "Could you please share an update when you have time?" You can also use these phrases when something is urgent. For example, "Hi Anna, just following up on my previous email. We need the information by Friday." This is clear but still polite. You are not shouting or sounding angry. You can combine these magic phrases with the email structure from the last topic. For example, greeting, polite opening, reason for writing, magic phrase, and closing. When you repeat this pattern many times, writing emails becomes faster and less stressful because you already know what to say. In the next part, we will learn fixed expressions for attachments and shared documents, so you never have to write, "I send you the file" again. Attachments are a big part of work emails. Reports, slides, contracts, pictures, they all travel by email. Many learners write, "I send you the file," and people can understand it, but there are more natural phrases that native speakers use all the time. Let's learn a few of them now for your starter pack. The first useful phrase is, "Please find attached." This is very common in business English. For example, "Please find attached the sales report," or "Please find attached the updated contract." It sounds professional and is easy to repeat. The second phrase is, "I've attached," or "I have attached." You can use it in many situations. "I've attached the file for your review." "I've attached the slides from today's meeting." "I've attached the list of clients." This is friendly and modern. Another helpful expression is for your reference or for your information. You can add it after mentioning the file. I've attached the document for your reference, or please find attached the report for your information. It tells the person that the file is there to help them. You can also explain what you want the person to do with the attachment. For example, please find attached the new report for your review. I've attached the file for your approval. Or, please find attached the slides for tomorrow's meeting. This connects the file to a clear action. Here is one mini-script you can copy. Hi, Anna. I hope you're doing well. Please find attached the new report for your review. Could you please share your feedback by Friday? Thanks, Maria. This small model gives you greeting, polite opening, attachment phrase, clear request, and closing. If you save one or two of these models in your Notes app, you can quickly change the names, dates, and file types. In this way, you build your own bank of email examples. Now you have strong phrases for requests, reminders, and attachments. In the next topic, we will leave the email world and walk to the coffee machine, where you will learn simple and safe small talk phrases for everyday office life. Emails are important, but a big part of office life happens away from the computer, near the coffee machine, in the hallway, or before a meeting starts. This is where small talk lives. Small talk is short, easy conversation about simple topics. It helps you build friendly connections with coworkers, even when your English is basic. Let's start with classic small talk questions. One very common question is, how was your weekend? You can answer with short phrases like, it was good, pretty good, not bad, or busy but good. Another simple question is, how's your day going? You can say, good, it's going well, or again, busy but good. These answers are short, natural, and safe. You can also talk about the weather, which is always a popular topic. For example, it's really cold today, isn't it? Nice weather today, or so hot today. These lines don't need perfect grammar. They just open the door for a friendly moment. At work, you can mix small talk with light questions about the job. You can ask, what are you working on today? Do you have a busy day? Or are you ready for the meeting? Many native speakers use these questions every day. If you feel shy, remember that you don't need to talk for a long time. 1 or 2 sentences are enough. You can say, hi, how's your day going? Listen to the answer, and then say, nice, have a good day. Little conversations like this, many times, help you feel more relaxed in English. You can also prepare 1 or 2 answers about yourself. For example, it's busy today, I'm working on the project plan. Or, I'm a little tired, I stayed up late last night. These simple lines make you sound more open and friendly, and they show a little part of your life. Now you know some basic small talk questions and answers. In the next topic, we will see how to keep the conversation going a little longer by adding 1 extra detail and a simple question like, how about you? So you don't feel stuck after the first sentence. Now let's learn how to keep the conversation going a little longer without feeling strange or fake. A simple trick is to answer, give 1 short detail, and then ask a small question back. This makes the talk feel natural, not like an interview. For example, imagine someone asks, how was your weekend? You can say, it was good. I visited my parents. How about you? Or, pretty good. I watched a movie at home. And you? You give a small detail from your life, then you pass the ball back to them. You can do the same with work. If a coworker asks, "How's your day going?" you could answer, "Busy but good. I'm working on the new report. How about you?" Or, "Not bad. Just a lot of emails today. And you?" This shows that you are open and also interested in the other person. If the topic is weather, you can say, "It's really cold today. I forgot my jacket. How about you? Do you like cold weather?" Or, "Nice weather today. It makes the walk to work easier. How about you?" Small details like jacket, walk to work, or emails make the conversation feel more human. You can also use small talk to practice listening. When the other person answers, try to catch one detail and repeat it back. "Oh, you visited your family? That sounds nice." Or, "A lot of emails. Me too." This shows you are listening and it keeps the talk friendly. If a conversation stops, it is okay. Small talk is like a short hello, not a long, deep talk. You can smile and say, "Nice talking to you," and then go back to your work. With time, these small moments make you feel more comfortable using English at the office. To practice, you can write 2 or 3 small talk mini dialogues in your notebook and read them out loud. The more you repeat them, the more natural they will feel when you talk to real coworkers. You can even practice in front of a mirror or record your voice. In the next topic, we will move from the coffee machine to the meeting room and learn easy phrases to speak up in meetings with simple, clear English. Now, let's go into the meeting room. Meetings can feel scary in English, but with a few simple phrases, you can participate without stress. You don't need long speeches. Short, clear sentences are more than enough.
When it's your turn to speak, you can start with a very clear sentence like, "Today I'd like to talk about," or "I have an update on." For example, "Today I'd like to talk about the new project plan," or "I have an update on the sales numbers." This helps people understand your topic from the first second. When you agree with someone, you can say, "I agree," "I agree with you," or "That's a good point." These short phrases show that you are listening and that you support the idea. If you want to add something, you can say, "I agree, and I'd like to add." Sometimes you don't agree, but you still want to be polite. You can use soft language like, "I see your point, but," or "I understand, but I think." For example, "I see your point, but I think we need more time." Or, "I understand, but I think the budget is too small." This way, you share your opinion without sounding rude. You can also ask simple questions to keep the discussion moving. "What do you think? Do you agree?" Or, "Could you explain that a bit more?" These questions make you an active part of the meeting, not just a silent listener. If you feel nervous, remember that even one good sentence is progress. You don't need to talk a lot. Saying, "I agree, that's a good point," or "I have an update on the report," is already a big step. You are training your voice to appear in the meeting. To practice, you can choose 2 sentences from this topic and repeat them out loud before your next meeting. This small rehearsal will make it easier to speak when the real moment arrives. You can also write them on a small paper and look at them quickly before the meeting starts. Over time, these small actions will help you feel more comfortable speaking in meetings, even if your English is not perfect yet. In the next topic, we will learn what to say when you don't understand something in a meeting or when you need to leave early, so you feel more confident in every part of the meeting. Even in your own language, meetings can be confusing. In English, it's normal to miss words, especially when people speak fast or use new terms.
The important thing is not to pretend you understand. It is to have simple phrases ready to ask for help. If you don't understand, you can say, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" Or, "Sorry, could you say that again, please?" If the problem is speed, you can say, "Could you please speak a bit slower?" These are very common and polite sentences. Native speakers use them too. Sometimes you understand the words, but not the idea. Then you can say, "Sorry, what do you mean by," for example, "Sorry, what do you mean by pipeline?" This shows that you are paying attention and that you care about the details. If you need to leave the meeting early, you can say, "Sorry, I have another meeting now," or "Sorry, I have to leave early for another task." This sounds more professional than simply saying, "I have to go." You can also add, "Thank you," before you leave. You can even plan 1 or 2 sentences before the meeting begins. For example, you might decide to use, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" at least once if you don't understand something. Knowing that you have this sentence ready can make you feel calmer. Little by little, these small, brave sentences build your confidence. Each time you ask for repetition or say you don't understand, you are doing real communication in English. You are not a passive listener anymore. You are an active part of the conversation. To practice, you can write down your favorite help phrases on a small paper or in your phone and look at them before a meeting. This reminder can give you the courage to speak and to ask questions. If you use these phrases many times, people will see you as clear and professional, not as difficult. They will also know that you care about understanding the work. In the next topic, we will put all your office English together and build a small daily practice plan so you can keep these phrases fresh in your mind and ready to use at work. We've built a lot of pieces for your Work English Starter Pack, so let's put everything together. First, you learned 3 golden rules for clear English at the office. Keep your sentences short, be polite, not perfect, and always say what you want the other person to do. These rules are simple, but they can completely change how people feel when they read your messages. Then we created a very easy email structure: greeting, polite opening, clear message, and closing. With this structure, you don't need to think from zero every time you write. You can follow the same path, just changing names, dates, and topics. On top of that, you added your magic phrases for requests and reminders, like "Could you please?" "Would you mind?" and "Just following up on my previous email." Next, we talked about attachments. Instead of writing, "I send you the file," you now have more natural options. "Please find attached," "I've attached," and extra pieces like "for your reference" or "for your information." We even built a mini script that you can save in your notes and use many times. Greeting, polite opening, attachment phrase, clear request, and a friendly closing. After emails, we walked to the coffee machine and learned small talk for real office life. You saw easy questions like, "How was your weekend?" "How's your day going?" and simple answers like, "Busy, but good." You also learned a little trick to keep the conversation going. Answer, add one detail, and ask, "How about you?" Or, "And you?" These tiny conversations, repeated many times, help you feel less shy in English. Finally, we entered the meeting room. You practiced phrases to start speaking. "Today I'd like to talk about," to agree and disagree politely, "I agree," "I see your point, but," and to ask for help when you don't understand. "Sorry, could you repeat that?" "Could you please speak a bit slower?" You also saw that leaving early can be polite with 1 or 2 clear sentences. Now you have a small, powerful toolkit for English at work: emails, small talk, and meetings. You don't need to use everything at once. Choose a few favorite phrases and start using them this week. In the next part, I'll give you a simple daily practice plan and a small challenge so you can keep your work English starter pack alive and growing day by day. Before we finish, I want to give you a small challenge. This week, choose 5 to 10 phrases from this episode and write them in your notebook or notes app. Every workday, try to use at least one of these phrases in a real email, a short small talk moment, or a meeting. Little by little, your work English starter pack will become a natural part of how you speak. If this episode helped you, please support the channel by subscribing and turning on the notifications so you don't miss the next lessons. You can also share this episode with a friend or coworker who wants to feel more confident in English at the office. And if you want to continue your practice, I recommend watching our previous episode about understanding fast English speakers. It will help your ears, while this episode helps your words. Together, they make a strong combination for real English in real life.